All right, what's going on, my people? I was waiting for some people to get on right now. I'm excited about this year, excited about the new year. I'm ready to bring it in. Um, we got some great things that's going to happen for us this year, especially for the ministry, especially for the business, especially for what God has taken us this year. But I want to share something with you that's really, I know that's going to be pivotal for those that are coming in the 2017 year. I want to talk about why it's important to know your purpose. It's very important. I've been through some things in my life. I've encountered some things in my life. So many people ask me so many times, and they said, Jerome, how is it that you go to prison, you live one lifestyle, and then you come home and you transition from one manner of lifestyle, and then you're living another lifestyle? And number one reason is God. That's the number one reason, because I'm truly convinced and really persuaded that no one can make this change without the power of God. That's a given. I could never change. My mindset would have never changed. My lifestyle would have never changed if I never came in contact with the things of God. But the second thing is this: I come in contact with something called purpose. When I was released in 2012, I was home, just released from prison, coming back into society. Been gone for 8 years. I didn't know what I was coming into. I didn't know what to expect. Things have changed. A lot of things have progressed. I didn't understand what direction I was going to go into. But I realized something. I realized with all the things that I've gone through in my life, I realized that the only way that I was going to be successful in life is that I had to realize my why and the reason why I existed. I had to understand my purpose. If a man doesn't understand his purpose, I'm going to tell you, he's experimenting with life. He's living a tragedy. He's going down a direction, not knowing what he's going to do. Purpose was very important. And the very moment that I came in contact with my purpose was when my life began to change. Let me tell you this: purpose will overrule every tragedy. Purpose will overrule every trial. Purpose will always supersede your past. Purpose will supersede everything that you've done in your life. That's why it's important that you learn your purpose in 2017. There's many people walking around today that don't have a clear vision or a clear understanding of why they are here on this earth. They don't have a clear understanding of what they're doing. They're walking around in circles. They're doing the same old thing day in and day out, expecting different results. They're looking at the same scenery. They're looking at the same things that they've done last year. And although they confess out of their mouth that this year is the best year for them, 2017 is going to be greater than 2016, and 2017 is going to be greater than it was in 2015, I have to tell you this: that if you don't get a clear understanding of what your purpose is in 2017, you will constantly start going around in circles. And that's just for real. That I don't know a better way to say it. The moment that I came in contact with my purpose, my life completely changed. So what are you saying? What is purpose? Let me tell you this. Purpose is simply defined as this: it's the reason for your existence. It's the very reason that you're here. It's why you're here. Purpose is the reason for your existence. It's your solution. It's the why. It's why you're still here. It's why you're still living. It's why you haven't died. It's why you're still kicking. That's the very reason what purpose is. And I can tell you this, man, my life completely changed when I really got a clear understanding of what my purpose is. I just want to tell you tonight, just want to give you a few things of why purpose is important. Number one, purpose is important because it's the reason for your existence. Number two, God created you with a purpose. I like to tell so many people that God created you with a purpose and on purpose. If you don't understand that, then you'll think that your life is a mistake. You'll think that everything that you're going through, that you define yourself by. If you don't realize that God created you with a purpose and on purpose, then you will constantly wander through life wondering why and asking people, those that have been created, what your purpose is. That's a mistake. One of the greatest mistakes that you can see people make is asking that the very thing that's been created, why you was created. How can the very thing that's been created give you an understanding of why you've been created? Only the creator can give you an illustration of why you've been created. That's like a manufacturer. The manufacturer can only tell the product why his existence is. And so many people are going around in life looking for everything, trying something to give them a reason why they're existing. But I want to tell you this: it doesn't matter what you've gone through. It doesn't matter what you're experiencing right now, what you've gone through in 2016, the setbacks, the trials, the tribulations, the things that you faced. That does not negate the fact that you still have purpose. I'm telling you. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. Your setbacks, your trials, your tribulation, the people that left you, the people that talk about you, the people that put their mouth on you, the people that disrespect you, the people that overlook you, does not negate the fact or eliminate the fact that you have been created with purpose and on purpose. Man, that's great news. Man, that's great news. That is great news to know that out of everything that I've gone through in my life and out of everything that you've gone through in your life, that it doesn't eliminate your purpose. God created you with a purpose, and he created you on purpose. He created you with a purpose, and he created you on purpose. Number 3, purpose is a motivational factor for your focus. If you don't understand your focus, if you don't understand your purpose, I can guarantee you that you can easily be distracted. Anything and everything can come and persuade you to do something that you wasn't created for, only because you don't know your purpose. You have to dial in on this. This year in 2017, you have to be fully convinced and persuaded that I will learn my purpose. Because if you don't, you're open game for anything. If you don't understand your purpose this year in 2017, you will be open game for anything. And you'll find yourself majoring on the minor things and not really being effective because you don't really have a clear understanding of what direction and why you've been created. You have to understand your purpose. Because purpose will keep you focused when the distraction comes. I'm not saying that you won't be tempted. I'm not saying it won't be a temptation to have fun. I'm not saying it won't be a temptation to get involved in some things. I'm not saying it won't be a temptation to allow yourself to come in contact with something. But what I'm saying is this, that the moment that you understand your purpose or why you exist and why you're here, it eliminates the distractions. It eliminates the distraction in relationships. It eliminates the distractions in employment. It eliminates the distractions with unproductive things. See, if we can really grab a hold of what purpose really is, we can really not be distracted by those things in life that can really take us off the path that we've really been created for. I'm telling you. Man, I'm so convinced this year in 2017 that I want to walk in my purpose, that I'm going to walk in my purpose, that I don't have time for the distractions. I don't have time for them. I don't. Man, I feel like, that last year, I've sat back before this year even came in, I sat back and took an inventory of my life, and I said, man, you know what, to a certain extent, I feel like I'm behind a little bit. But the great thing is about God that once you come in contact with your purpose, he has the ability to expedite where you are. He has the ability to take you to a whole nother level. See, one thing about God, God knows how to redeem the time. And the moment you come in contact with your purpose, let me tell you this, you're talking God's language. Because everything in heaven was created with purpose and on purpose. You got to get that. You have to get that. You have to get that you're not a mistake. You have to understand that you've been created with a reason. And the reason is, you have to understand that. Because your purpose determines your value. And you have to understand that your purpose is so much more important than your past. So many people right now are bound by their past that their purpose is not even real to. They can't even think about their purpose. They can't even think about doing something great in life. They can't even thinking about making an impact in society. They can't even thinking about leaving a legacy because they're still bound with the things of their past. And your purpose overrides and supersedes your past. One day when I was studying, I started thinking about myself. I started thinking about all the things that I've gone through, all the things that I've experienced, the years that I spent locked up away from my family, the time that I felt like I've wasted. And then I realized and I came in contact with the true understanding of what purpose was. And I realized that my purpose was so much greater than my past. See, one day when I was studying, I thought to myself, I said, let me see what this word past means. And that word past simply means a moment in time that no longer exists. But that's sad because so many people are still held in bondage to a moment in time that no longer exists. Their past, because they don't realize they're so held in bondage to a moment in time that no longer exists that they can't even realize that they've been created for something great. because their past is more real than their purpose. In fact, if I can say it like this, their past is more real than their future. Because they're held in bondage because of something that they've gone through in their past. They can't even be effective. They can't even move forward. Their past plays in their mind like a broken record. They can't even think about leaving a legacy. They can't even think about doing something great because their past is so much more real than their purpose. But you got to realize that your past is not greater than your purpose. Your past is something that you just passed through. That's why your purpose is so much greater than your past. See, you've passed through that. I'm glad that I've went through everything that I've gone through. All the past mistakes, broken relationships, past hurts, past pain. Because I right now am the sum total of everything that I've gone through. Because if I didn't go through the things in my past, I wouldn't have the knowledge that I have. I wouldn't have the wisdom that I have. I wouldn't know whether or not I wanted to get involved with that or not. But that all came through my past. And now that I understand those things, I have the ability, I have the wisdom, I have enough information that I can take now to make a proper decision. See, many people think that their past is a curse. But really, in all actuality, your past can really be a blessing. Because how else would you know? I love it. I love it. You know, excuse me why I get excited about it. Because I have something to be excited about. You know, while other people are walking around sad and upset and mad at themselves because of what they've gone through, but guess what? I don't have time for that. And you shouldn't have time for that either, because you have been created to do something great in the earth. You've been created to do something great in your city. You've been created to do something great on your job. You've been created to do something great in your neighborhood. But in order for you to really get that real revelation that you've been created to do something great, you have to realize that you've been created with and on purpose. You have to realize that. You have to know that you're not a mistake. You're not a mistake. And until you realize that thing, life can still be mediocre. And until you realize that you've been created with and on purpose, life can still just be something that you wake up and just say, man, I got to face the day. I hate to face these people again. But the moment you wake up and realize that, hey, you've been created for something great, small-minded people don't bother you. People that aren't going nowhere won't bother you. People that are always hating and talking about what you're not going to do won't bother you, because you know that you've been created to do something greater than all that mess and all that nonsense that they're talking about. I'm telling you, purpose. It is the reason why you was existing. It's the reason why you're still here. It's the reason why you haven't left. And it's the reason why you're going to do something great. Look, I got my chicken on right now. So what I'm going to do, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to pick up with part 2 of this. But before I leave tonight, before I go, I want you to know this. I want you to know this. You're not a mistake. You're here for a reason. You're here on purpose. You're here with a purpose. God created you. There's no mistake. And guess what? I want to see you do something great. Hey, join me next time for part 2 of why purpose is important. Have a good night.